All right, so as you can see, we got the 81 up in the air. We got the 408 out of the bag. So Trixie, the black 01 Trans Am, is going to the dyno Monday. We got her all lined out. The next thing I got to do to the 87 is start putting the body back together and hide all the old stock wiring and get the hood and spoiler and bumper and start turning it into kit. But for now, I'm gonna jump back on this because I have the majority of the parts that I need to put this thing together, so I just gotta buy little stuff as we go. I'm just gonna go over it real quick and just make a list of the stuff that I gotta get, check all the boxes that I have and crates and stuff where I have, you know, probably 90% of the stuff I would assume. And yeah. All right, so now we got our starter list here, stuff we gotta get. Just take a picture of this and order this stuff real quick. All right, we got parts in to put this thing together. Yeah, there. All right, so I'm doing a Engine Works Valley Pan. Normally, when I build these, I just put the stock Valley Pan back on, but I was talking to some engine builders recently and they said they never use knock sensors, so I thought we'd try this one without it. Just to do something different. Just went to the eye doctor and had my eyes dilated, so all this is like blurry now. Make it more of a challenge, why not? What else? I ordered Motion Raceworks valve covers and catch can. Probably what I'll do, I'll just put some stock ones on there real quick because it's going to be a few days, I would imagine, before I get them. That way we can flip the motor over and not have to worry about stuff getting in it. Okay. So ATI balancers require a larger crank seal. That's the part number there. And typically, whenever you order ATI balancer, it comes with it, but you just have to remember, if you take it out, then you gotta get another one of these, and you can't put the stock size in there. And ATI balancers are kind of a pain in the neck to install sometimes, so better to do it right the first time. All right, so let's get this guy on. Where's the hammer? One. All right, so the easiest way to do this, obviously, is just throw a bunch of washers on there and let's see how high it needs to go. See if that does it, or if I need 4. Alright, so from the ones I've done in the past of these, there's a couple issues you usually run into. Either building 408s, that is. Either the main studs are bigger, you know, they're like 3/8. The other thing is, on 408s, sometimes the connecting rods can hit the windage tray. So what we got to do, where is oil dipstick? Yeah, so you see how it goes right on, but then you have 2 that are ovals, and so those have to be widened into circles for it to be able to fit. Drill those out real quick. Okay, so if we put it all the way down. So, in order to solve that, you gotta put spacers on there. And I've done this a bunch of times, but every time I order a long block, it comes with the spacers. So I don't know what size they are. So we gotta figure that out. Okay, let's see if this thing hits. Doesn't hit that side. Okay, it doesn't hit. All right, let's get this thing together the rest of the way. Okay, so since none of this is stock, we need to check the distance to the oil pump pickup. So we're just gonna lay this down and throw the oil pan on top of it after putting some putty down. All right, so the way that I do this is I just put some duct tape over the pickup. Actually, I want it on the flat part here, so it's gonna be like that. We're gonna lay this on top. Like it would normally sit. We're gonna press it down to line up. Put a couple, I usually just put like 4 bolts in it. Okay. Okay, it's still on there. So now what we're going to do is get a mic, and I can already tell you this is too thin. We're going to have to move it. And actually it's flatter back here. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, so what we're going to do then is pick this up with the tape so we can accurately measure it. What you're looking for is like the low point here. So now what you can do if you don't know how to read a mic, and tighten this down, is grab and then measure. So we are at 1/4 inch. We want to come up a little bit more. Just fairly easy to do. Alright, so you need to be there, one right after half. Okay. Alright. Okay, so first side, right there. So we have one side that is, survey says 7/16. It's the one right above 3/8. Actually, it's almost perfectly on 3/8. It's right in between. Okay, so that's the high side. Let's look at the low side. Should be right at 3/8. Oh my God, it's really close, but no. Oh, so close. Okay, you're dead at 3.5. You are higher than 3.5, and you used to go down, right? So I need you to be at 3.5. Okay, you're at 3.5. 3.5. Okay. Voila. Let's get the copper spray out. Oh, a nice flat spot. There we go. Yeah. Sucker should be perfectly dry now. Gotta grease this thing. Oofa. All right, so the engine is back together. It's ready to drop in. The next video probably is going to end up being the 01 Trans Am on the dyno. And then after that, we'll get back to this, pulling the engine out of the 81, putting this in. By that time, the rest of the parts will be here and we can start actually putting it back together. So we'll see you on the next one.